Hello there, JJ here. Back with War 6 of the season, and we're doing both accounts together this time again. And I'm taking Node 9 again, Node 9 Dark Phoenix with Count Nefaria. Last time I did this, Gabe was commentating, and was talking about how when I triggered unfazed, I barely triggered unfazed, even though I kept up only 2 slows basically throughout the entire fight, but he wasn't explaining it correctly because for unfazed, you need only 2 decelerates at most, because each one decreases by a flat ability accuracy, means that the 35% chance of the decelerate is lowered, like not percentage based. It's like a lot of math, but whatever. But yeah, so taking this fight again. And yeah, he was also ripping on me for not dexing the whole thing, but there I was able to dex into the evade, which is something that I started doing in Battlegrounds a bit. There I get the full dex, Don't underestimate me, Gabe. Yeah, anyways, this fight's going much better than it did last war. She's already basically at 50%, we're a minute in, and I'm an Ionic, and I only have 1 Nova on me. I'm getting full 5 hits in, then an SP1, or I guess not. Oh no, I'm going to bait some SP1s to get my decelerate count higher, because it's at 7 now, so 8, and then I think maybe I'll bait another SP1, or I think I'll go for an SP2 now, yeah. I don't get that many Furies because I hit a bunch during the bleed phase and it triggered bleeds, which is very unlucky, but now I'm just able to hit a bunch of times. I don't worry about the bleed phase because I don't get any consequences of looting charges, because at that point I had 0. Yeah, so I throw more specials into block. She's at 20%, I'm at 67, and I'm just hitting her away, removing the Nova time, and she's already almost dead, and I get into immortality, so I'm just going to back up. I have the permanent Nova Flame on me. I'm just going to back up, and then I lose my resistances, so I'm taking a lot more damage, 349 per tick, but I throw him SP1 after backing up a bunch, and I kill her. This time I ended with 57% health instead of 20%, so I'm definitely getting better at the fight. I think I'm taking it again next war, so yeah, but it's fine. I don't think I'm going to die to it, but who knows? Might eat my words. Next up, we have a fight for Vox. Arcade placed on poison hazard shift, meaning that whenever you hit him during poison and you get a poison on you, he will gain an arcade token, so you really just want an undermine. So I throw on a power start once, so I get my undermine up right away. And this fight goes pretty well. I haven't used Vox in war in a while, so I'm happy that I get to use him again. He's pretty good, and he's really fun. He's my favorite champ. And he's pretty decent for war. The most annoying part about this node, in my opinion, isn't the power focus. It's really the indestructible after gaining a bar, but it's fine. I only hit him a few times, and then I got a few shocks on me, but it's fine, it's my only arcade fight, so I can take a little bit of damage, it's fine. There I get the indestructible. What I should have done is I should have tried to trigger the indestructible right away, because the degens get more potent the longer that they're ticking. So if I get the unstoppable up earlier, then that'll only happen during the times that the degens aren't super potent, but if they go up at the end, it'll block out most of my damage. Anyways, while I'm yapping, I got to an SP1. Then I'm going to do my best to not get to another bar of power before these degens expire. Instead of trying to collect them, I'm going to let them expire. So here I'm just going to hit his block, and I'm going to let these expire. They're going to tick him low. But it's fine. If I went over a bar there, then it would have gone indestructible, and those last few ticks would not have been able to go and do damage. So I just had to wait a little bit longer, and I finished the fight at 95% health in 1 minute and 15 seconds. So yeah, it's a good fight, and yeah. I probably could have done it with Nefaria. I just didn't want to risk it because, why would you ever want to do a fight that's unideal? Next up, I have path number 6, and I actually did a new rank up this war, and that is Iron Man, because I'm not able to take tactic defenders with my Count Nefaria and Iron Man synergy when he was rank 1, but here I am going to be able to, and I took him to rank 3 just for this war. He's still unduped, but that's fine. That's only like if I have multiple fights and I want to heal him up in between. Yeah, this is Silver Samurai. I don't have a duel of him, so I did a few friendlies with some friends, just to get a feeling for his animations, and I think it handled. This is Fisticuffs, so I'm not really sure why you would place a Tactic Defender here, because you're debuff immune for the first 30 seconds, so it's impossible for them to trigger the Unstoppable from you having too many debuffs on you. But yeah, I can't get my armor, so I'm just going to wait out the first 30 seconds. But yeah, that's literally just light whiffing, heading into his block a bit, doing like barely any damage, but like I'm also not hitting him. I'm just like trying to create space, and now the Fisticuffs are about to go away. Then I'm going to start parrying and do my things. So yeah, so now I parry, do a full 5-hit combo, and then I'm going to try to bait an SB1 to pause my stuff. And I pause here, and then I pause again. So yeah, I have the animations pretty much down, and then I have guaranteed crits on my medium ending combos, and there I heavy to get Tactic up so that he doesn't go unstoppable and I have no counter. Then I throw another heavy to get another one, because I would like to get those to expire so that I don't take a bunch of damage, like I do less damage because of inequity. And I get some 31k crits on my special too. And then I'm going to blast off a few SP1s that are going to do a lot of damage. So yeah, he triggers the Unstoppable. So I'm going to try to throw another heavy attack. Or, no, I throw him SP1 to knock down. And he had the Reinforce up, now it's gone. And now I can hit him for very big numbers. I end with a medium at this 37k. Into a strike or into a heavy to gain the endurance back. Then I just bait a heavy. Then I go for a full 5-hit combo into an SP1, and I don't even get to throw the SP1, he dies. Not a super quick fight, you know, Iron Man's not exactly the quickest champion, but he's definitely very safe when he has his armors up, and he's pretty fine for the tactic. Like, he has no, like, benefits, like, extreme benefits to, you know, knocking them down with a heavy or with a special or intercepting, but, like, it's just something that you want to do anyways, so yeah. Next up, I have Prowess, Puncture, Conflictor, Combat Deja Vu Prowess. This is a trivial fight with Nefaria. I counter the power gain. If somehow he shoots to an SP3, I have degen resistance. Like, it's a pretty easy fight. I probably should have gone with an invuln, but I don't know. And then the best part is that my decelerates are able to fail as unstoppable. So there it didn't, because I only had 1 up, but it's going to when I have more than 5. So I didn't fail it there, but I get the evade, and I get the energy vulnerability, and then I throw my SB1. I don't know why I threw it into block there. That was unnecessary. Maybe I was just like in that mindset, or maybe I just did it late. But yeah, so I'm going to get another energy vulnerability, and then I'm going to do massive damage with this SB2. And then the plasma's going to get purified, but I do a 44k non-crit. Because if he parries in, get another energy vulnerability up. And then I'm just going to evade into an SB2. And yeah, he's beyond dead. And I was back to another SB1, a 45-second fight. Very easy with Nefaria. If he's duped, he takes so much advantage of the Conflictor node because you're able to enter your mode right away. So yeah. Next up, I have like Nefaria's best node with when he has Iron Man on the team, which is node 39, because you fully counter Rich Get Richer with your Ionic mode, and you fully counter Footloose with the decelerates, and it just becomes a constant loop of them trying to gain power, so you gain your build-ups, and you fail the thing. So right now I'm just going to heavy until he throws a few SP1s, and I don't think I'm going to try to evade them, and he just doesn't throw them, and I parry, and then he throws it. I don't parry there, and then I get hit, and it does 5k, which is a good amount of damage. If that crit, it would have done more, but the fight's over now. Like, it's 100% over. I'm just going to heal up, and nothing's going to happen. I'm gaining the power that I'm denying from him. I bait a few specials. As you can see, I'm healing from stealing the willpower. And I'm fully failing all of his unstoppables, even if I proc them. His personal unstoppable or from Footloose, and even though he still has the evade buff, he's not triggering the evade at all. And at this point, I realized that there's no way to get off my SB2 after the first protection, so I just throw it into protection. It's fine. I still have the Furies, and I'm literally right back at another special too. But yeah, I throw an SB1 there because I had like 40 plasmas on him, so I could just get the power back, throw another one, and I'm going to use this to get him to 50%. Then I'm going to get an energy vulnerability into an SB2, which is going to send him straight to the next protection. And yeah, with an 84k crit, he's ticking from the plasma, from the incinerate. And as you can see, like, I'm just so many charges, so much control, massive crits on my basics even. I know Blade works for this fight as well, but I think Nefaria is generally safer. No hate to Blade, though. He's really good, especially this tactic. People have been banning Ghost Rider to stop him from being as effective because they're not able to ban tactic champions. But I just think it's kind of cool. Not sure what I was doing there. Next up, I'm taking this Sersi. And this is probably going to be the worst gameplay, or one of the worst gameplay you see this war. I do not play this well at all. I spent literally 20 minutes before practicing dashing in the middle of her special attacks to get the evade for SB1, but I only managed to do it once this fight. Also, the cold snap is going to stop me from doing it, and then I'm going to get clipped on the stun a bunch. It's just not going to be a good situation. Obviously, I was hammering into the regen so I can get the thing, and here I'm not trying to do it. I just get some dashbacks and get the power gain keep happening. And the glancing is really frustrating at points because it doesn't allow me to get my plasmas on her when I evade, and my hits aren't going to do barely as much damage. And I'm not able to trigger it with my basics without my furies, so I have to trigger it with my specials, but that means that they're not going to do as much damage. See, I triggered it, and I'm not going to reverse the regen because she's not able to have her regen reversed. Then I get hit by the SB1, that's where I'm running an indestructible. Then, yeah, so throwing my SB1 to steal some health back. I'm looking healthy, like that's not the problem, but it will be a problem soon. I'm hitting into the regen, I'm stealing the power gain, then I'm going to throw an SB2 here without the glancing up, and this is where I'm going to get a big burst of damage. But without, my energy vulnerabilities, and I only had 11 furies, I wasn't doing much damage. And then I eat the SB2, which I know how to dex, like I practiced it, and I know how to do it. But I wasn't able to do it for some reason, I don't know, maybe nerves. But it's really just about staying calm, because I'm probably not going to die. Nefaria is really hard to die with. So yeah, I get another evade off, and then throws, there I get the evade. So the one time I did the dash and I got the evade, but with the cold snap up, with the cold snap hazard shift, it really wasn't worth doing it. Now she has the glancing, and then I get hit by another SB1, then she's going to hit me. Another thing about Sersi that's quite scary is that she has a true buff? True damage that ignores all my resistances. So if she hit me while that is up, I have 0 of my resistances to save me. But I don't think she gained that buff because I think she only gets that when I'm close to her and she throws the SB1. But yeah, so I throw my SB3 and I get hit by another one. And at this point, I'm like slightly worried, so I throw my SB1 to gain some health back. And I have the cold snaps on me. She has her glancing, which is great. So as soon as that's over, I'm going to rip a massive SB2. I just played safe. I dex out the end there. And then the glancing is still happening. And I'm triggering some regens to get some charges. But it won't matter because I can just bait heavy, throw my SB2, and that's going to kill. So yeah, 2.5 minute fight, really long. I got hit a ton, but I survived. So yeah, that was some really bad gameplay. Please don't judge. Yeah. So that's it for my main account. Some really good fights and then some really bad fights as well. And then my mini account has a pretty big war. I think 9 fights maybe? I don't know. This first fight was absolutely horrible. I for some reason kept on getting hit. I can't tell you why. I just was. So yeah, I'm doing some hits there to get some neuroshocks up. Then I go for a heavy. I think maybe it was the endurance throwing me off. I don't know. So I'm doing a bunch of parries to get a lot more Daunteds in. See, I'm 13 seconds into the fight and I already have 10 Daunteds. So yeah, that's the max. And then I did the thing where I just held heavy in the middle of the air because you're able to do the health onslaught because of how big the reach is. But yeah, so the endurance was really messing with me. I held my heavy for too long, which is what you're supposed to do for like normal limber, and then he dexes out of it, gets some hits, and then that was a blatant special intercept. I don't think that was on me. I mean, obviously me playing bad earlier was, but I don't think that was on me. Now he's invisible. I mean, I know I'm fine. He's going to die here, but it's just frustrating. It's a lot of potions. Yeah, SB2, and he's dead. 36k tick. Yeah. And with the endurance, whenever he would make my magnetism debuff shorter, they would become passives. Cool little part of Onslaught's kit that's not really talked about. Whenever his debuffs are purified or shortened by like endurance or something, they lose their... they become passive after, so yeah, that's cool. Next up, we have a fight that looks like a Carolina Dean fight, but I have a new rank 3 on this mini account, and that's Chee, and Chee handles this fight very well because she cleanses the Tranquilize, and she reduces the opponent's attack rating to 100% of what it was at the beginning of the fight whenever blocking. So if you were to somehow get the Fury from Blood in the Water up, or the node before used to be the node before used to be Aggression Fury, she would be able to just block and she wouldn't feel the block damage at all because of the cap of base attack rating. So yeah, I'm eating some hits into block, but it's fine. I'm just heavy countering. 40 seconds into the fight, he's halfway down, and he's ticking for a lot. He's doing a lot of hits into my block. It's fine. And then I think I'm just going to go for the heavy counter. Then I'm going to throw my striker, and I get the intercept, the stand-up intercept, and I do a full 5 combo, and he dies. So yeah, very clean, very easy fight. Played well, did well. Got to throw a potion into her because of all the block damage, but it's fine. Next up, I think I'm taking path 9, or I don't know what I'm taking. I don't know. We'll see. Yeah, so I had to buy a full refill, which is annoying. Yeah, I'm taking path 9. I'm taking revenge on Solvarch. Remember how Solvarch killed me on Hazard Shift? So with Carolina Dean, I'm going to get back at him for it. So yeah, I think I throw on a combat regen. Yeah. In general, I don't want to fight Solvarch with Carolina anymore. Like, I hate that fight because if you get hit, he reflects all the damage you did to him. But yeah, so I'm doing a few hits, even though it's poison. And I'm just trying to get in the zone, into the sun, standing clear. He's being very nice, just letting me sit there. And finally the sun goes away. And now Cold Snap is here, so I do a full few hits. And then, yeah, I'm in the sun. No need to, worry about trying to charge heavy. Throw my SP2 right away. Does not do much damage. Takes him to 87% health. And I blocked that all SP2 with Glancing. Very OP. And here I can do light attack and heavy. And I won't gain much poisons. Even if all 3 hits triggered, it would have been fine. But none of them triggered, Got lucky. Then I'm going to do the same thing again. Get 1 poison on me. But it's fine. He's down to 58%. And I'm just putting the energy vulnerabilities up. Get the parry. Get the heavy in. And I'm probably going to have to wait out this poison phase. Because I don't want to have all those poisons on me. But I think I'm going to try to intercept there because I didn't want to go red. So I'm going to get a few poisons on me. 3, which is, I think, unlucky. But yeah, it's fine. Go for the heavy, and then I'm just going to back up. I have to special intercept because he's duped, or just parry, and then throw the SP2, and he dies in around a minute and a half. So yeah, I got revenge on Solvarch on Hazard Shift. I think it was a different Hazard Shift that I died on. That's not... I don't think I'm going to be taking many Solvarchs anymore with Carolina. Next up, we have node number 36. This is one I had open, and Incinerate Bleed Hazard Shift. And I'm just going to be taking it with Onslaught because, he's supercharged. And then I used the team potion there because I had to heal all my people. And do I go for a combat regen? Yeah, I had a combat regen up still. So yeah, I'm going to use that. And then it's literally just going to be race to an SP2 and kill because of all the incinerates I'm going to get. The only thing is that the incinerates do reduce my block efficiency by a lot. So as you saw there, I got pounded. I lost 12k health just by blocking 4 light attacks. But yeah, so I have the incinerates on me. He's gaining neuros. And I'm almost at 20, and now it's doing bleeds. I'm going to get a bunch of healing from the combat regen and from the hazard shift debuffs. I'm trying to get some parries in to get my Dantids up. I know that I can't parry his basics because that'll reflect the damage. But yeah, the neuros were doing, the degens were doing 20k during specials. And yeah, so I get another heavy off to pause, and this fight's pretty much over. 45 seconds in, and he's dead. So yeah, pretty easy fight. Onslaught destroys any hazard shift like that. And next up, I have node number 39. I don't remember. I think it was node 39. It's node 38. Yeah, so this Yelena fight with Onslaught is really easy, really textbook, but I think it gets scary somehow. I don't even remember how, but I remember coming out of it I think she gets close to her. I think I knock her down too much, which gives her too much combo, which gets her close to her reversal mode. So when you're fighting Yelena with Onslaught, you should probably knock her down less than I did here. And I'm going to go for a heavy. And she double resists. She also has an endurance. She didn't crit me there, which is good. So yeah, I dex this. And then I'm going to try to get... Oh, I missed dex the end. And then she doesn't dash in while she has the debuff immunity up. And I keep intercepting and then knocking her down. So I'm going to knock her down. She's going to gain more combo. So yeah, that's like the problem that I'm doing. So she's at 41 combo already. And she's at 50. So she's halfway to her elimination mode. So yeah, that's like the problem. That's where this fight goes south. But yeah, I mean, I'm going to get her down. I get the parry off just while the debuff immunity is on. And then I get to transfer the Fury back onto me and put the protection back on cooldown. And I think what I'm going to do is do a few hits, and then I'm going to try to knock down with the heavy attack to remove the protection, and then I'm going to try to throw him SP2, and she's at 101, so she's basically in reversal mode. So not yet, though, because there's a timer, so I beta heavy and pause, and now I know that I can just dash back, and she's going to die. I prefer not to bait any specials in elimination mode, because if they hit me, I know the dex, but if they hit me, it'd be pretty bad, so I'm not going to. And yeah, take the fight down, got hit once, and I think that was it. I don't think I'm taking anything on Island 2, right, because, I mean, maybe I could take that onslaught with my onslaught, but, like, why force a matchup? That's not necessary. I'm going to be taking Sentinel on node number... This is 45. Cold Snap Bleed. And I'm going to eat a lot of bleed damage again. I hate this node so much with Yelena because, like, obviously she works for the Cold Snap, but, like, you get a lot of bleeding on you and it does a lot of damage because she likes to hit them to keep tempo. Also, you're inconsistent with Conflictor because her glancing's not 100%. So, see there, I got very lucky. Didn't trigger it. And I think I'm going to get a bunch of bleeds on me. They're really rough. I have to stay out of the sun now because I don't want to be pushed red. And I throw it into bleed phase. And 3 bleeds. 5 bleeds. And look at it melting my health bar. And the Conflictor fails there. So, yeah, the inconsistency is killing me. I'm down to 50%. So, yeah. And Cold Snap phase is pretty much over. So, I think I blocked the end of this. Or no, I don't. So, I don't even get energy vulnerabilities up. So, yeah, this fight is just going horrible. I'm playing bad. The AI's... I mean, AI is fine. I'm just not, doing correctly, and I get a bleed on me again, dealing 600. Also, deep wounds makes them last even longer. I don't know if this guy was running deep wounds, but I don't know. I think he should be. If you're placing on a bleeds hazard shift, you should be running deep wounds. So yeah, bleeds up again. I blocked this time, and I freaked out when I saw the incinerates on me. I thought he had increased ability accuracy, and I was gonna get her, but I don't know. I guess I didn't clock that. She just resists them. Yeah, so he's in his armor phase, and he doesn't throw a special those heavy, so I decided I have to go in, and I had a special one ready. So yeah, unnecessarily scary fight because I was too reckless during the bleed phase. I needed work on that, managing my hazard shift. But, and then, yeah, so I was going to wait for someone to clear Photon on node 47 so that I could take Thanos on node 49. But my officer was like, yo, you could just take him with Onslaught. And this fight, yeah, this was quite the fight that, yeah, you'll see. So starts off like any normal fight, just gonna try to get a light start off. And yeah, I have no idea why I'm taking so long. Oh yeah, I put on an advanced power boost because my plan was just SP1 right away and then SP2 GG's. I counter the falter node, and so I start with a light, I get hit. She crits me 3 out of 4 times. I'm at 70% health. She's pounding into my block. Won't throw a heavy. Finally throws a heavy into SP1. Now, the goal is that I want to get more than 20 neuroshocks from SP2 so that I have a neuroshock after the fact if I need to avoid miss. And she double mediums into my block. I don't understand why they won't just throw it. And then I do have some hits, and I get the unstoppable on me, and I have the falter on me. So I don't get the pause because the first hit whiffed, and now she's at 15. Heavy, SP2. Now she's faltered, but she's unstoppable. And she doesn't hit me, which is quite the miracle. But now I have 0 neuros on me, so I have to go into a relic. Good thing I recognize that because I probably would have tried to hit her. Now she's going to gain the unstoppable, and I'm clapped in the corner. I'm at 22%. She's at 50%. I don't manage to save the I can't manage to save the degen, so I have to throw my spawn right away because she's unstoppable. And now she gets the unstoppable again, and I'm able to heavy counter from the corner because of the way the distance works. I didn't have to dash back much. I'm trying to do that again, but now she's unstoppable again, so I don't do it, and it's literally just waiting in the corner. She pounces to my block. I think I'm so dead, and I have 9 neuros up. She dexes my medium and doesn't punish me. Oh God, I got definitely lucky a few times this fight, and I got the unstoppable on me. Fear Light fell off, so our Furies are gone. I tried to bait heavy. I dex the medium because I know that she wasn't going to throw it right after, so I could bait another one. She gets the unstoppable again, so like I have to parry, and we're just trapped in the cycle for getting the unstoppable. I'm at 8%, and I know that if I throw an SB2, it's not going to kill, so I'm going to do something else after. Gets my SB2, I throw it. I get the unstoppable now, and it doesn't kill, but I know if I back up, it will, so I'm just spamming dash back, and I somehow get out of that alive. I thought I was so cooked as soon as I got trapped in the corner, and she kept on getting the unstoppable, but I held my cool, and I didn't die. So yeah, I'm kind of proud of that clutch. Like, I know that it was an unideal matchup, and I probably should have just waited. I mean, at this point, the war was already won. Like, there was no risk. Like, we'd already, like, completely beaten them. Like, we were, like, winning by a ton. But yeah, and this is the fight that I'm using shield for. Shield is really good, like, in general. But this is polka dot power. And my original plan was just to throw SB1s to gain the grit to bypass the unstoppable, like there. But towards the end, I realized that all I'm doing is heavy attacks, and that's not giving Thanos enough charges to, kill me. So, like, he's not going to get the unstoppable, so there's no point in throwing SB1s. So what I'm just doing is throwing heavy attacks, and yeah, I know it can get resisted. I probably shouldn't do that. I'd probably bait another heavy. But yeah, so I'm just going to be doing this the entire fight. I don't have deep wounds on this account, which is kind of annoying, but, I'll work around it. There you saw I got resisted, so that's when I think I stopped trying to do that. Yeah, so I bait a heavy attack instead of going for another one. And now I know I can't dash in to hit his block, which I normally would have done over there because I didn't have the crit up. But I'm not triggering the unstoppable charges anyways, so I parry heavy attack, and I bait another special one. And I'm just stacking up the bleeds. We're a minute into the fight. He's halfway down. I'm really happy with the way this is going. Shield is very tanky. I don't think I'll go for an SB3 this match because that would, like, throw off tempo. Maybe if, like, I saw that I hit block and he had a counter punch, so I threw my relic right away. I brute force on me, but it doesn't matter. Just stay cool. Down to 12 bleeds. They fell off. Then down to 9, down to 6, build them back up to 9, and I'm critting pretty hard because of her spirit charges increase her critical damage rating. I'm at 9, and I try to get a few more bleeds up. This fight towards the end, like, I lose some of my stuff off, but it's really fine. Like, I was never in danger of dying. All this damage came from, like, brute force and blocking. I don't think I got hit at all. So, yeah. That's the fight. Pretty good fight. And, yeah, so I didn't die. A bunch of really cool fights, some not-so-good fights. But, yeah, that's my war number 6. FAE against PBT, it was close, and then we sold the bag at the end. Not a good situation. So yeah, hopefully we can bounce back, and I'll see you all in the next one.